Alrighty, so that is technically the series. Technically the series. But there was another match actually played. It didn't count, but just in fairness to the players who actually played it, I'm going to go ahead and cast that. Because why not, right? Why not? And I think it's hilarious. So, this is going to be... What is this? A Plat versus Plat? It's going to be a TVT. TVT always fun, right? We're going to be on Frost here. Spawning in the top right for CT6. In orange, it's osmposm. And his opponent in the bottom left. In pink for GnR. It is our other Terran player, Poaq. Alright, so yeah. This game was played, but it ended up not actually counting for the week for some reasons. So there's that. Nonetheless, just go ahead and going to cast it anyway, because who doesn't like seeing their games casted, right? Totally. Osmposm throwing his first depot down. Actually, both players throwing the first depot down in almost mirror locations. Awesom's that's quite a bit closer to his mineral line, but Poaq is going to be able to scout out if there's anything ridiculous that comes into his base. Oh, my neck is quite stiff currently. Let's go with that. It's a bit painful. Osmposm looks like he's just scouting around, kind of afraid of whatever he's afraid of. Go throw down this first barracks here in a decent location. First barracks down as well for Poaq, so both players not taking extreme risk and going for like crazy CC first or anything. First gas is on the way for both of them as well. So mirror builds, mirror matchup, absolutely everything, mirrors everywhere. Who doesn't like mirrors? I don't know. People who, like, I don't know. Something. So Reapers are a possibility for both players. It's always nice to have. This is an interesting map for Reapers, given that this is this cute little ledge here, and it's still a decent sized cliff area that's actually reachable by Reapers anyway, without even the secondary cliff. So it's a lot of an annoyance to deal with as a Terran player, if it is actually going to be the case. So you go, first Reaper on the way for both players. Orbital commands are in production as well for both of our players. Just these mirror builds. It just comes down to a little bit later on in the game in decision making. Are you actually going to expand? And here we go. There we go. We've got a second barracks coming from Poaq. So he's going to be getting a little cheeky here. This is going to be a second, I imagine, for Reapers as well. So 2 Axe Reaper, not a build you've seen a ton, at least later on in HOTS. It was pretty popular earlier on, but it fell out of favor pretty quickly because so many Terrans started opening up with factories and Hellions and pushing that away really easily. Awesome has his second CC coming down, so he's not really worried about this kind of a cheese sort of play. Luckily, his Reaper will be able to get into the main base of Poaq, but there's going to be a Reaper already out over here, so he may not want to actually try to scout around. Actually, no, this Reaper won't be out in time, so he should be able to prepare against this. He will have to deal with this Reaper that is in his main base already as well. Takes out 1 SCV there. Reapers may fight each other, and yeah, Awesome did not actually scout this second barracks, which is a huge win here for Poaq. And yet another SCV is going to die. The SCV that's building the command center gets killed off. Now we're going to have 2 Reapers moving across the map against just the single one that's out right now. A second kind of emergency Reaper has been made by osmposm, starting to make a factory, a bunker even, as well as another barracks. But it's going to be really difficult for him to actually get anything up right now because all of these Reapers are being super annoying and taking out all the SCVs that are building crap. Trying to wait for the second Reaper, osmposm is. But still, he's going to be facing more than that. Third Reaper on the way and a 4th on the way as well for Poaq across the map. 4 Reapers do, in fact, beat 2 of them. So SCVs are going to have to join this fight sometime soon. If he can get us around in this, that'll work pretty well. For now, he's just trying to find a way to get this bunker up, get this factory finished as well. Because a factory with Hellion coming out, we'll be able to deal with this really easily. As it stands, this natural base still is not under construction for osmposm. Meanwhile, Poaq has taken his second command center. He's adding on a third barracks, has a tech lob down as well as a reactor. He's going to be able to go into combat shield or stim, whichever he wants, and he's still doing a lot of damage over here. One Reaper does get killed off, nicely controlled there by osmposm. Does deal with that pretty easily, but still, Reapers are in the main mineral line. A ton of them are going down. 28 supply to 17 right now. This is getting a little bit ugly. More and more SCVs are just continually dying. This factory is having such a difficult time to actually get up. It's going to be difficult for Possum to actually figure out a way to get through this. He does have a Marauder on the way. Marauders do pretty well against Reapers, and actually that jump down was maybe not the best of decisions there for Poaq. He does lose his advantage. And now this may be over for now. Stim on the way for osmposm. Combat shields is the choice for Poaq. And he's starting into his marine production, adding on a couple more barracks as well. So he's going to be up to 5 barracks already, which is a little bit scary this early on in the game. Yeah, he's got a good amount of money right now, simply because it's kind of difficult to micro over in this location while still building stuff back home. That's probably why he threw down these extra barracks through all of this. Natural Bay is going to be landing here in just a moment for Poaq. 35 supply to 20 already. Osmposm's natural just now finishing up, just now going to be turning into an orbital. So despite the earlier command center technically, by osmposm, Poaq is definitely finished earlier. It's landed. It's able to get mule energy already. It's going to be difficult for osmposm to find a way to come back into this game. Stim about half a complete. Factory is finished here for osmposm as well, so he's going to be able to make some tanks if he wants to. There you go. First tank on the way. He's going to try to fend off against all of these. There's so many barracks out. So many barracks out. Reaper does get in and see all of these barracks. Like, holy crap, how many barracks did you actually make? Marine's going to be able to kill off that Reaper. No more scouting information for you, sir. Same time, Reapers try to jump in for Poaq, but all he sees is the same thing he has seen so far in this game. 2 barracks and a factory are down right now for osmposm. 30 workers to 16 in favor of Poaq as well. Just a massive advantage all across the board for our Pink Terran player. First Engineering Bay is researching, getting +1. No factory. Okay, the factory has finished up here. This is a tech lab. So he's going to be able to make tanks of his own. The tank count is always important in a TVT. The first amount of units are moving across the map here for osmposm. I thought I hit follow, but apparently did not hit follow. There we go. First units moving across the map for osmposm. Tank is, well, it's being lazy, not coming along for the ride. Probably should come across. There we go. There he goes. Now the tank is riding across. Good job, tank. We're proud of you. But he's going to run into... Whoops, that's what I did. He's going to run into a whole lot of units across the map here. There's a bunker up already. I mean, there's no tanks just yet. First tank is still a little ways off here for Poaq. So he could have, a potential of annoying Poaq for a while, but still, this supply differential right now, 74 to 46. Army supply, worker count, absolutely everything is in favor of Poaq right now. Even so far, he's starting to add in turrets to stay extra defensive, just in case you start getting dropped, or if there was going to be a Banshee on the way or something of the sort. Yeah, so osmposm is going to try to get something done here with this push. That's a good amount of units. He's got 2 tanks with it. There's only the 1 tank out right now for Poaq. And without a good amount of defense, without defending very, very well, this could do a ton of damage. Possum could set up down here in the low ground and start picking away at these 2 geysers, at least. Looks like he's wanting to go for the front of Poaq instead of trying to do any work beyond that. Stim has finished up. Well, number 9. Stim's finishing up here in just a second. There we go. Stim is finished up for osmposm. No medevacs just yet. And it's still just Marines and some tanks. Another tank moving across the field. And another command center coming down for osmposm as well. He's just going for this contain. See how long he can actually contain. He had a Marauder up there, kind of necessary, trying to give vision, but these tanks are quite out of range of anything that's actually up here, and as well as this tank being in range. Osmposm starting to leapfrog his tanks forward, just trying to see what he can actually get done. A second engineering bay is on the way for Poaq as well as the armory, so he's going to be able to go into +2/+1 here as soon as the armory does finish up, and eventually +2/+2. Scan goes down from osmposm, able to pick away at the bunker, which is nice, but still 71 army supply to 31 right now in favor of Poaq. And this is a medevac full of units heading towards the natural base here of osmposm. He's got basically nothing back on. He's got 1 Marine, He's rallying across. He's got no turrets either. His starport is just now finishing up. So it's going to be a long while before there's a lot of medevacs or even Vikings to deal with this drop. This drop is going to get in. It's going to pick off pretty much every single worker that's actually here. So once again, Poaq just continually taking leads where he can, forcing the army to come all the way home. One tank is left behind here, but this army for Poaq has already cleaned up a good amount of workers. He's got 16 workers already so far in this game. He's going to start killing off a lot more here in the main middle line. No reaction from osmposm. Just going to let Poaq kill a lot of workers. Tank does get put up, which is nice. He's going to be able to take off all of those Marines. And the medevac may die as well. It does boost out and try to get out. Stim goes down, may catch this. Barely does not catch it. 19 health left on that medevac. So that barely does now. Well, okay, he's going to stick around and be annoying for a little bit longer. And this medevac is still so low. There we go. Medevac going to die now. But I'd say that was worth it. Up to 24 workers killed for Poaq, and that's a very, very nice lead thus far already in this game. 131 supply to 68 at 14.5 minutes. Good thing for Possum. He's got a third command center, which is just only about 50% done here for Poaq, so he's going to get a 3-base economy, sort of. He's going to have 3 bases down. He's only got 26 workers, so it's not really a 3-base economy when you don't have, well, any workers. The single tank is going ham on this. You could just attack from the high ground, but he's going down there and take a couple hits on that bio. Just take out the tank, and that is such a huge army. Another lucky thing for osmposm is the way he took this base was intelligent. He's going to be able to fend off from the high ground for as long as he can. However, Poaq can just take his tanks, set up on the low ground, and completely deny mining from this location. And he can start elevating some units up into this little mineral area behind, deal with any workers there, but there aren't any workers there anyway, so it doesn't necessarily matter. That's a thing. 103 armies applied to 49 right now in favor of Poaq, and again, just this constant lead that osmposm has been trying to overcome right now. It's just not happening. It's a huge bio force. They're gonna have +2, and it's gonna be a while. +2 did not start like pretty much as soon as +1 is finished, but he will get it eventually. That's gonna be a nice upgrade advantage for him. +1 armor is on the way for osmposm. He does have +1 attack already, so despite this economy disadvantage, the upgrade advantage is not as bad as it could be. A Banshee on the map, actually. Banshee is going to do nothing. Another drop coming in for Poaq. Going to take out some more workers here. Just more and more workers getting killed off. The army is being forced to stay back home here for osmposm. Banshee does cloak. He does draw the Marines into a tank shot, which is nice. But the medic's just going to pick up and get out of there with most of her payload. SV can turn around. Or SV. The orbital could turn around and go back home. Or go back to his third base, I should say. If he wants to. And now osmposm is going to start trying to do some drops of his own. There's already a bit of a turret ring being set up here by Poaq. That's 3 turrets up here, holding off that area, as well as a turret in the middle line. This drop is going to take a little bit of luck to actually damage done. Third base has been taken by Poaq, and it's actually saturated a little bit here. Still only 48 workers, so he's not that high on the worker count. He does have +2 finish, +3 on the way for his army. And it's going to try to sneak in, but sees all that and it's like, no, let's not do that. Vikings as well, getting on top of that medevac. Going to force that away. Just pretty much every advantage possible for Poaq he has. Which I think there was, okay, I think the Banshee came over here and got killed off. Yeah, the Banshee got killed off by this turret. Good job, turret, did your job. And now Poaq is trying to posture on the map. There are a good amount of tanks for osmposm. He has that 7 tanks. That is a lot of tanks to try to break through as a Terran player, especially when all you have is just a lot of bile. If you had a bunch of battle cruisers or something of the sort, this would be a lot easier to actually break. As it stands, it's going to be a very difficult. It's just going to be kind of a standoff for a while, but in reality, Poaq is he's in a really nice spot. He's going to stay in a really nice spot for a long time. 3 tanks up here on the high ground, not going to be able to actually defend this third base. Poaq going to go check for the third base and see absolutely nothing there. And he's going to realize, okay, it's probably back over here again. I can probably swing around and go take that out. or he's just going to roll right into the natural base and slowly but surely try to pin his way into the heart of osmposm here. Vikings giving a little bit of vision here, but they get shooed away by this turret. Actually, he needs a scan. Poaq needs a scan. He makes okay. He almost lost a tank to a single marauder, which would have been upsetting. But now he's got a tank firing away here at this refinery, killing some workers as well in the gas line. Poaq setting up very well, doing what he can, and back home he's very happily just continuing mining, continuing his upgrades. Gonna have +3/+3 momentarily. +2 armor is on the way. Already +2 finish for the attack for osmposm. osmposm doing a very good job here, actually. He's gonna actually kind of trap this army of Poaq back in this little corner. Poaq really probably might want to rethink this positioning right now, because as it stands, he's got a lot of tanks firing at him. He's got 4 tanks firing at him. One of Poaq's tank has already died. Yeah, it's a lot of bio, but they could run directly into a bunch of tanks, actually. But they're going to do exactly, they're going to run directly into some tanks. A lot of shots go off, but don't get a lot done. There we go. There we go. Poaq actually he's gonna push in, kill off 2 of these tanks, which is nice. Gonna kill off a lot of the bio as well. But still, the 2 tanks firing from the high ground is gonna keep osmposm safe for a little while longer. Third base happily milling around here for osmposm. No gases here just yet. His +3 is on the way as well. It's just the production capabilities of both players is really showing through in how this game has gone so far. Another command center coming down from Poaq. Some more barracks are being put down as well. 7 Marines at a time for Poaq right now. I think I saw some Marauders on that tab a little bit earlier as well, even making 2 tanks at a time. So this tank count is definitely going to slowly but surely get into the favor of Poaq. Right now he has finally tied up that count. And another drop goes down here at the 3rd. Shoos away a good part of these workers. Actually, medevac, what are you doing? That's not the way you wanted to roll. 10 health off the medevac. There is a turret, so if the medevac goes in there, it's going to die off immediately. There we go. Turret going to kill off a medevac with a lot of units in it, which is a nice victory. And Poaq just getting a little anxious, pushing right into this tank line. He's going to go right into the natural base and probably snipe off this CC. He does just that. That's a really nice win there, but now he's kind of stuck once again. He's going to be able to get out, which is nice. He may be able to actually snipe off of this CC building as well, but he's kind of in a situation where he needs to run right now back to his tanks, and he does that. He does run back to his tanks and stay nice and safe. He needs to go kill this CC off. There's no reason to let this finish building. There's really nothing up here to deal any damage. Still 4 tanks exist for osmposm, which is nice, but he's so far down on economy right now. Well, he's got 62 workers, so that's good. I'm not sure how that happened. But another CC is going to go down. If he doesn't cancel that, it's going to be a little bit of a disaster. Okay, just cancel that, so that's nice. There's a lot of SCVs mining minerals. 23 there. Another, well, actually, I think that was from earlier. This Marine from earlier killed off a turret. How ridiculous. osmposm looked like he's going to go for a large counter drop of his own. At the same time, he might actually run into the army, which will be kind of upsetting for him. But he's going to try to bypass the army here for Poaq. Try to get around this 80 supply deficit he is currently facing. But again, all of these turrets. Okay, that's why Poaq doesn't have much of an economy. He's got 9 SCVs chilling over by his turrets. SCVs get to work. 2 medics going to roll in. What are they going to see? They're going to see a bunch of turrets. We have to run back home. Yep, not going to be able to get in on that. No point. This isn't a planetary. There is already... Poaq has seen this drop coming in. There was a watchtower, so he knows it's there. He's going to get on top of that and shoot that away. One medevac just barely gets away. Once again, medevacs just... They're so fast. Medevacs are so fast. Oh, Lord. Medevac's getting killed off in the middle of the map there. Upsetting for them. And now Poaq is on top of the main economy here. There are some tanks back here, but are they going to actually save the CC? No, this CC is just going to get completely destroyed. There we go. Exploding command center. 180 supply to 200 for Poaq. There we go. GG from osmposm. Poaq takes this game.